guys, so it's Felicia here, and I wanted to do a video, an honest video on my experience at the Capella Salon and then at the Devachan Salon. So I had a lot of questions when I went, just from my friends, my normal friends that I talk to every day, and then by the hashtags and stuff that I used, I did get questions from people that I didn't know. So I'm here to give my honest opinion, and I hope I'm not bashed for this or anything like that, but I think that I had a different experience than every video that I've seen on YouTube. So here's the story. I'll start with the Capella Salon, since I went there first. So I booked an appointment with Shy in May. So I called, like, I knew he was popular, but I didn't think it was like that drastic. So I called thinking I would have an appointment the same week, and they're like, our next available is August 10th. And I'm like, what? Okay. So killed my dreams there. Thought I was going to Memorial Week in Vegas with my curly hair, all fresh and new, but no, that wasn't happening. So I had the appointment 3 months out, and when it finally came, I was so excited. At both of my jobs, I was like, I'm going to see the curl doctor. I'm going to see the curl doctor. I had like an envelope hanging up with money in it. Even though I had the money, I just put it in there and like wrote a sign on it saying Capella Salon, money, hearts. You know, just everything. Too excited because I could see my curls myself, and I knew like my hair wasn't too bad. I didn't have straight ends, but from the pictures that he posted and just people that were going, I was like, oh, he can really like put some shit together, you know? So I went, and when I walked in, my hair was really big like this, and it just, I didn't put in much time for that wash and go because it was about to get washed and go again. So I didn't care. So yeah. So I walked in, and then I told them, and then they have it's actually smaller than I expected to, but I guess it's just a salon, so there's nothing wrong there. And I was early, so I had to wait a little bit for him, but that was fine. So when I got there, they were very welcoming. But then they just told you, you know, you can sit down and just wait for him. And then he came and was like, hey, are you my next client? And I'm like, yeah. He's like, okay, I'll be like 10 more minutes. Anyway, to the good part. So when I walk up, he's like, oh, you know, your hair isn't that bad. You don't have any straight ends. You don't, you know, it doesn't look too damaged. My hair is colored like halfway down. I've dyed my hair almost every year until the last 2 years, just like a champagne color, even though it has never came out the color that we wanted it to. Me and my friend who dyes my hair, who is a professional stylist and has her license and everything, so but we just never got that color because I didn't want to bleach my hair. So I've never bleached my hair, and people always ask me, how is your hair so light without bleach? And it's just every year going a shade lighter, and then I get this color. So so I sit down, and he starts to touch my hair, and he's like, oh, your hair is really dry. It's very, then he said, it's damaged. And of course I knew that from the color. So with that being said, he criticized my hair a lot, but he didn't really give any tips on how to fix it. It was more of like, hey, what products do you use? I tell you, oh, you shouldn't use those. Those aren't any good. And I'm like, okay, so, you know, what can I use? And obviously they want to sell the stuff in their salon, but, you know, and he pushed the Diva Curl line and things like that. But my honest opinion, it was not that informative. He did not do what I was expecting someone in his position to do. And this is not to say like he did a great job doing my hair, well, cutting it, we'll get there. But it just wasn't what I expected. So I had a very awkward experience with him. I did not feel comfortable. I did not feel like what I've seen on social media. And it just wasn't the experience that I thought. A lot of the times it was silent, and I'm a pretty shy person if I don't know you, but in his field and what he does, like, you would think that he would be a little more like open to conversating, and which he probably is, but I'm gonna tell you why I feel like that. But yeah, you would think he would be a little more. And so it was just like, then he started to ask me like, do you have Instagram? And if you do, let me see. How many followers do you have? And doing that. So that is what triggered me to feel some type of way, because not that you wanted to see my social media, but then I felt like it became about like, who are you? Are you popular? If you're popular, then like it just felt a little different, because here's why I feel like that. After me was Andy Allo, the singer, beautiful voice, pretty girl, her, and she's very popular on YouTube and social media, so people know who she is. When she came in with him and sat down and saw him, you just seen a totally different person with Shy. You was like, he was very outgoing, he was very much more talkative, and she was chopping all her hair off and coloring it blonde. So that's a pretty big project and can be exciting, but it was just very different, and I feel like I did not get that vibe from him. And it made me feel like, not to say this is how he is or this is his intentions, but it made me feel like if you aren't a Instagram model or YouTuber or anyone on that level or his level, you were kind of like basic, and I'm gonna just give you this treatment, and that this is what it is. It's just that, and it's over. So he took about an hour to cut my hair. He did do the curl by curl method. My hair was very tangled together because my hair is very dehydrated, so no matter what I do, even after like sometimes conditioner, it still likes to, once it dries, it likes to just mat together and not like shrivel to my head, but it's not individually curled. I don't know what it's called. There's no like individual ringlets except on the ends where you'll see like certain stuff like this. So anyway, so yeah, so that happened. And then from him cutting my hair, or after he cut my hair, you get moved to his assistant, one of his assistants. And from what I felt, it wasn't a particular person that they choose for your type of hair. It's the next assistant that's available. So with that being said, you go and lay under the wash thing, and she shampoos and conditions and styles your hair after he cuts it. And let me go back. So he did put me on like Insta Snap stuff and Snapchat. So he did put me on that type of social media, but I never made it on his actual page. And he also told me I had one of the most complicated hairs he's ever dealt with. And with that being said, if he felt like it was such a good job after, I felt like he would have posted it, or you would post everybody's hair that you do. Because for one, I don't think, from what I've seen that he's posted, it's never been a girl on there that has as much hair as me. I have a lot of hair, a lot of follicles, and once it may not look like it per se. It'll look like I have a lot of hair, but it's deceiving because I have more than what it looks like. So you just don't know till you touch it, and that's why everything took so long with my hair, because it was so much. Anyway, going back, his assistant does my hair. Mind you, she uses this product called something essentials. Something. It's not design. I don't remember. It had purple writing, and she said that she decided to use that product because it had these rice things in it, and it's better for hydration, and my hair was really dehydrated. So anyway, she uses that, and she's way more talkative than I had, which I asked her a lot of questions about my hair or just in general, and she just gave me her knowledge of everything. And so that is when I started to feel comfortable, but I felt comfortable with her. And so yes, so she did that. She washed and conditioned, and they only finger detangle. They don't use any combs and brushes, so it kind of hurt because I feel like I need a brush. I don't have white people hair. I don't have pure Mexican hair. I don't have, and not to say there's anything wrong with that kind of hair, but I don't have that kind of hair. I have a mixture of like, I don't know, very thick ass hair, but not too kinky. So it doesn't matter. The fact that my hair is very, very thick, you cannot just, you can't. It just, that shit hurts. So you can't do that. And that's what she was doing, but I tried not to say anything because that is their process, and that's just how my hair was going to get done. Boom, whatever. So that happened. So then she does the styling, and they go really small section, and she decides to only use Devachan gel in my hair. Okay, you just said, both of you just said that my hair is so dehydrated. Why would you only put gel in my hair? Only. Knowing that that gel leaves a very, very strong cast filling after. I was like, no, no, no. So she put it in there. It looked very nice, I guess. It looked like this. And the curl was very lathered from the top to the bottom, and you could see more like individually within the fro versus like it all being munched together, which was fine. So she took me, and then she took me to the back where I sat before, and she diffused my hair on high heat. I think it was high heat because it was hot, but it wasn't on high blow or whatever that is. So she diffused it for a while, and that was that. And afterwards he came, and he was, you know, he like fluffed it out, and they made you go down and back and shake it, and he goes, oh, it looks really good, you know, it looks good. End of our session. That was it. He did take pictures in the back in that Capella Salon with that little blue and white pattern on the walls back there. He did take a couple pictures like that of the before and after. And it looked drastically different. Don't get me wrong. It looked drastically different. But here's what I didn't understand about this. And this is will go into the Devachan Salon too as well. I don't get how I can get my hair to ringlet, and then when they do it, it's like a wave. My ringlets may not be from my scalp to the end, but the fact that it's doing it, I don't understand why that wouldn't be the goal. I'm not a hair professional. I don't really know, but I felt like I like the way I do my afros better than how my hair turned out with him. And that's not disclaiming like his work or anything like that, because I do think he did a great job cutting. And would I go back? Yes, but only looking forward to a cut. I wouldn't care how it looked after. Do your thing and do all that, because I would pay any amount of money to have a good cut. And with our kind of hair, it's very few people who can cut hair like that. So that was my experience with him. And that was that. Moving on to the Devachan Salon. So it was time for my hair to be cut again, and it's now like 4 months later. I went in January, I think like January 10th or something. No, that was dumb. I went before Christmas. Yeah, I went before Christmas. January 10th was like the other day. Wow. I went before Christmas, and I booked an appointment with Felicia because she has my name. I went for her, and they had an appointment the same week or the next week. Actually, someone canceled that same week, so it opened up, so I took it. Their prices start at $100. Yeah, $100. And then it moves up based on how much time they take on your hair. So if you're sitting under the little tub to wash and condition for like 2 hours, that's like probably another $50. And then Shy is like, it was $275, I think, for the whole process, no matter how long it took. Anyway, so I go there. It's in Culver City. Really nice place. You walk in. They're very, very nice. They give you, they both give you robes to put on. Devachan Salon is more like a silky satin look. And then the Capella Salon is like this black, nice material as well. I don't think it's more too silky though. And it has their name on it. And you go in and they ask you if you want anything to drink. The same as the Capella Salon. And yeah, so she finally comes to get me, and she has this gorgeous hair. I'll try to put a picture of her up. She has this gorgeous hair, and another reason why I chose her, because she looks like me. People can say what they want about certain stuff. I don't care how many years you've been doing stuff. You may be an expert at what you do, a good expert, but I feel like the person who has what you have has a little bit more like let's say knowledge about it. Not that their work is better, but they have a little bit more knowledge because they deal with it on a daily basis on their own self. So they feel our struggle personally, not just from interacting with people who have the hair that you're talking about. So with that being said, we go sit down. She's very, very, very personable. She's very talkative. She was very informative. We had a lot of conversation just about my whole previous experience as well. And she shared with me some stuff that was pretty interesting, which I won't say because it's none of my business. But she did, she was going to work at the Capella, or she tried to, or intern something she did. I think she was doing shadowing there with him, and then ultimately she ended up working at the Devachan Salon, period, point blank. So she just talked to me about my hair and how she felt about this and the cut that she was going to do and the product she was going to use just to help my hair. So starting out, what she did was she took it down, and I was preaching to her that I want my hair chopped off. I'm so tired of how nappy and dry this crap is, and it was just annoying. She's like, I'm not cutting your hair off, And it wasn't in a way where it's like an attitude, I'm not going to do it. It's because she was like saying how much she loves my hair and how much I have, and I should not do that because I can just keep going with the process and it'll be fine. So I didn't go there to get my hair chopped off, but that was just advice from her for me venting to her. So anyway, she parts my hair in like a little side, and then what I felt like with the cut with hers, it wasn't curl by curl. So she took kind of like a section and just chopped the ends off, and it wasn't too big of a section, but it definitely wasn't curl by curl. So also when I went there, my hair was in like a frizzy afro. I had just washed it, but there was no definition because I guess I just didn't try hard enough. So yeah. That happened, and then she cut it, and then so we went under the wash thing again, and she washed, conditioned, and styled each section at one at a time. So she didn't wash my whole head and then comb it out and our finger detangle and then condition. She took a section and she washed it and she conditioned it, and then she put the stuff in there that she decided to use, and then moved on to each section and did it like that. So I was under there for maybe like 45 minutes. It took her about to get that process done. And I think she used the leave-in, the Diva leave-in stuff, and then she did use the gel. And that place was just a little bit more welcoming to me, a little bit more friendly. Okay, so then after she put all the leave-in and gel in my hair, we went back to her station, and what she did was clip it open so it could dry more on the inside, so you know your hair doesn't mildew and stuff like that. And then she set me under that Diva curl dryer, that green thing with the long back. No. So I sat under there for way too long. My hair is not flat. Even after it's wet, it's not flat. It's very thick. So when I got under there, my hair was already touching the perimeter of the dryer, which means as it grows, it was just going to be smashed. Long story short, because I've been talking for way too long, I was under there for maybe like 30 minutes. If not longer. It felt long. It felt like a freaking hour, but it was a long time. And when she took the thing off, because she had another client too, so it was kind of going over time. So then at this point, I kind of felt like things were rushed. When she took it off, to me, my hair had no definition. It looked like a little level up from when I went there. This side had no curl pattern. It was just flat, and it was all frizzed. The ends that were not in the dryer just frizzed out. There was no definition to those. And I didn't like my hair. I'm sorry. Like, I just didn't like it. I loved her. And the cut was good, which was fine, but I did not like my hair. I went there expecting like, okay, these people will understand that my hair takes a long time, and you have to literally curl by curl lather that, and then like let it sit and then diffuse it or air dry it, because putting me under a dryer, my hair doesn't work like that. And so with that being said, because it was rushed a little bit, I felt like it turned out that way. I kind of felt like she could feel, you know, she wasn't too happy with it. And when she was done, she was like, oh, look, we got a little more definition than when you came. But I'm like, look. Like, I can get definition in my hair. Why can't you guys? So then this is what kind of like made it a not good experience, because she tried to air dry it with just a dryer, which is fine because I do that, but I left with my hair wet. The back of my hair was still soaking wet, not dripping, but wet. So that was a little disturbing to me, because I hate my hair being wet, like left wet, just a wet scalp and wet hair. I don't like that. I don't go outside like that. I never do that. So that kind of bothered me, because I don't do that myself. So for you to do that, I didn't like that. And for the second of all, my hair should be dry when I leave the salon. Period, point blank. You don't ever leave the salon wet unless you just want them to do something specific and then you go home and finish it, however that works. But normally you don't. So I kind of felt like she knew that this wasn't a good turnout. I think she might have felt like my hair needed more time than she had. So with that being said, like the next time that I do go, because that is where I'm going back, it's way less money, and I kind of got like the same results but a better environment. So I rather pay less for and then still have a good cut and not worry about the after, than to pay $300 and still not be happy when I leave. So she only ended up charging me $100. It did take a little more effort, so I thought she was going to charge me more, but maybe because she wasn't satisfied with it, she just flat out $100. And so, you know, she said like, you know, you come back in 3 months, like we got a little more definition than what we did last time, and you need a couple more trims and then you should be okay. But I'm just like, I don't get it. Like, I don't understand how these people cannot realize that or see that. I just don't know. I don't know. So everyone that saw my before and afters, all my friends, everyone who knows me genuinely says, Felicia, you do your hair better than any of these places you have ever gone. Period. And so with that being said, I will continue to figure out how I can get my hair to curl from the top to the bottom, like in one curl versus like it being frizzy, because that's the only problem I'm having. I can't have an intact curl from the top to the bottom. It only looks intact on the bottom, and it doesn't end up being a bad look, because now I've just taken in that this is how I have to rock my hair, in this afro, this frizzy afro, and it's become my look. It's become what people love and what I love. So because I get good feedback, it kind of gives me a little more confidence in wearing it, because I don't really know what I'm doing too much. I haven't figured it out, and I've been that person who's tried everything, guinea pigged a lot of stuff, and still haven't figured it out. So I don't know. But overall, I'd like to say that I will choose the Devachan Salon. I would like to also remind everyone watching this, or whoever sees that I'm not putting down anyone's work, because it's individual to each person that they do. So with me, maybe they just didn't have a good outcome because my hair is so different, or very different, that they just couldn't figure it out. But they still have done great work on other people. If you look at their pages and Instagram and all that, like, they've gotten great results with other people. But I don't have hair like any of those people on there. Like, even the girl Felicia, like, if you look at her picture, she has a lot of hair, but then when she touched my hair, she said, my hair is only half of yours. And if you look at her hair, it's like she got a lot of freaking hair too. So it just depends on the person, and I'm gonna keep trying. I'm gonna like keep going to people and trying to figure out who can do it. I kind of feel like it would be wrong of me to go back to the Devachan Salon or the Capella Salon and choose someone else. But like, I kind of want to know, like, is that bad? Is that wrong to do that? Like, I don't know. Maybe they won't remember me months from now. I don't know. But I really want to, because I want to see who can give me that look that I like, or I'll end up liking my results. So hey, let me know if that's a bad idea. If it's a bad idea, I really won't do it, because I don't want to step on anyone's toes. And I know, but you know, at the end of the day, it kind of is like, it's just business. Like, who doesn't want to find someone who can really make them look good, feel good, especially with their hair, and you've struggled for so long. So yeah, those were my two experiences, one with the Capella Salon, and then the other with the Devachan Salon. If you have curly hair, I do recommend trying either one out, because it's a journey, and it's a journey that a lot of people cannot figure out on their own. And with that being said, there's going to be trial and error with your hair until you figure it out, but you'll never know what does or doesn't work unless you try it. So I'm advising you guys just to try it, just to start, just to figure it out. If you have the money. If you don't have the money for Shy, go to one of the other people in his salons, or go to the Devachan Salon and see what they can do for you. So I hope you guys liked my honesty. I hope I'm not bashed for my honesty, but at the same time, I don't care, because that was my experience, and no one else had to live it but me. So I mean, I appreciate it, but that's just what it was. And so I'm not gonna feel bad, because that's just how I felt. So yeah, don't forget to subscribe. I'm new to YouTube, so just keep watching. I should be posting more videos soon, and hope to see you guys in my next one. Bye.